Hey guys, so just wanted to come through here and show you guys the latest strategies, how we've been doing, how we've been rocking. Here's a beast on GU from UF. Goose Sim has probably one of the hardest bases in UF. He brings his air in to take out the fobs. Here comes the Super Hornets. He didn't space them quite far enough apart, or that heavy platform would have been dead completely, or at least 99% of the way there. He takes out the helifob, the tank fob. All of his fobs quickly deal with the Kodiaks and the Spartans. Drops his Juggernaut. Moves in on the heavy platform, the helicopter defending. Eating these platforms up, trying to keep some DPS off of his fobs that are moving in. There's the AA heavy platform. He's got one of those bridged out, and that saved the life of that Juggernaut there, him catching that and throwing that over there like that. And he brings that Juggernaut up here to get rid of the AA spawning from the War Factory and further protect his helicopters. There goes the rest of his helicopter platform. This is where things get a little bit sticky because, as you can see, he has no AA now. Fortunately, he's got a lot of fobs left and really no DPS on the map, no real threat besides that there. His Juggernaut got a hit in, then he brings his Super Hornet in, and boom. The Super Hornet did some damage to the, whatever that big bitch is called. He's got these fobs left alive and a lot of Kodiaks left alive. However, this thing takes out the rest of his fob. So this would have been a very close call because he's got barely any life here. They might have been able to survive and kill it. Probably would have, because they do a shit ton of DPS. So he probably still would have won without that Super Hornet, but they did take it out and allow them things to go on there. So that was a very good attack there. Again, that's one of the hardest bases in UF, probably one of the hardest in the game. Here's the Night Watch against Semper. Night Watch is an extremely good attacker. DC is full of them, guys. We've been kicking ass. I'm extremely proud of everybody on the team, the culture, the diversity, the languages. It's an amazing team. So you can see he brought his Super Hornets in directly to kill those fobs. Took out heavy platform in the process. Flew through and removed a bunch of turrets and immediately came over here to get rid of the garage, and I'm assuming the War Factory coming up next, along with the AA it's spawning. His fobs are still over here taking care of business. The base is basically dead at that point. Very low oil cost for a max base. That's great work there. So here is me attacking Boss Man. I don't use Juggernaut like everybody else. I do sometimes, but I can kill just about everybody with this platoon here. So I messed up my timing when I deployed and the deployment area because they didn't both leave the same area. But I targeted both of them there. And then drop these to immediately take out my War Factory helipad. Get rid of the rest of the fob defenders there. Speed this up. I pull out a DPS zone, come over here, get rid of these Kodiaks. Drop in, clear the garage defenders, clear the garage. Come back in for the heavy platform. Trying to keep behind my helicopters so they can work on those Nemesis, whatever the hell them things are called nowadays. And the base is gone from there. And that was a completely maxed base. So I still successfully kill with helicopters. I like it. It's my, kind of my enjoyment. I like the Juggernaut, but I'm kind of an LV and a helicopter guy. Here's an attack on WEAW. This is another fairly strong base. Half the platforms are level 14, I believe. Or at least a handful of them are. So I targeted my heavy platforms, brought my helicopters in. I didn't do this one I should have left that on there and I didn't. That was a kind of a fuck up because it took a lot more DPS than I should have. Get rid of the war factory. The rest of the defender, nope. I brought them back to the fobs. Took out the heavy platform, drew them back. Keep my helicopters alive. And get rid of the rest of the defending buildings in the meantime. And it falls apart from there. So the strategies changed. The Spartan came out with elite and some upgrades. But the killing's basically, you know, the same. Here is Romeo AW being killed by Claude. This guy here is pretty tough at both defending and attacking, I believe. Not our latest war, but the war before that. Romeo was the last standing on their team. So we targeted their airport there, our airfield, brought the helicopters in to finish them off the rest of the way. Did a good amount of DPS here to his defending fob there with the Super Hornet Sidewinder. Comes back to finish those off after the heavy platforms are gone. Comes in to dissect the rest of the base, take out the defending helipad. Now I bet he goes for the war factory. Nope, pulling back, they already spawned. Yep, good decision there because he would have lost if he didn't spawn that out. So he still got fobs alive over here rocking. Taking out these defenders over here. Brings his helicopters in, but there's too many defenders there. So he's pulling them back behind his Kodiaks. Only one survived. But all of his fobs there still alive. That's a lot of DPS. Really nothing left to kill them. Those they're not doing any damage to those elite Spartans because he's got the new countermeasures on the for the missile. And as you can see, they're very effective. They're not doing shit to the platoon at all. So by keeping your fobs alive, you can kill just about anybody. But that's basically the current meta, the current release. Keep kicking ass, guys. Extremely proud of everybody. We got more maxed out players coming. We got a maxed out tree joining the hated. We are on fucking fire. We are going to continue to kick ass and grow and prosper. Push our little guys to keep growing, training them. I appreciate everybody on the team, everybody in leadership. We will also be starting an automated calling system with texts and phone calls when we're under attack to your cell phone if you want to enlist. Me, I personally can't attend to notifications throughout the workday. However, I can catch a phone call or a text and at least assist with a bathroom break or whatever I got to do to get in there. So keep kicking ass, guys. We're doing great.